Welcome back to the Luxury Live Show, everyone. We here have today a very special guest, Oksana, who's returning for the fourth time, I think. And I can't believe the last time we spoke was already over a year ago. I think it was May last year. And
Could be.
I
I
think it
don't
was.
remember exactly. I
It
don't
was for
remember.
sure a year ago. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe because I think I reached out a couple times. You were busy.
Yes,
And
I'm
then,
sorry.
no. You're allowed to have a life. But we're so glad to have you back. Just for
Thank
the
you.
audience, please say hi in the comment section. And also, Kat is here. She's just restarting her computer. So we'll just start chatting while she joins us. Um, Let me pull up some of the questions we have. And I'm going to just put mine first for Oksana. We'll start off with this, just like how you're doing. Last time we talked about you're traveling in Europe, but then you said you might travel to South America. So yeah, just like a general update from you. I wanted to know also in terms of luxury, what excites you in 2026. But anyway, generally, how are you?
So first, hi everybody. Thank you very much for inviting me. As I said, these chats like so much fun because quite often in just day-to-day life, it's very hard, I find, to share this kind of interest with people because not everybody is following this interest,
Yeah.
and sometimes even people may find this slightly offensive. Yes,
Take life too seriously,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that we can have these chats,
Yeah.
and I'm always welcome these chats. As I said, the last time it was literally I didn't feel quite well, so instead of kind of like sitting here with runny nose non-stop, so I said, like, I'm sorry, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
um about the life, keeping busy, in general. Obviously the real estate is extremely slow. Really admiring anybody who is doing brilliantly right now in real estate, not me. So, and yes, last year we were actually planning to travel to South America, South America, should we say. But at the very, very last moment, I kind of, changed my plans. Like, I read some of those comments on internet when they say, oh my goodness, it's not so safe. And at the very, very last moment, I changed to Portugal. So we traveled to Portugal. It was a good trip. It was really a good trip. But to be honest, I kind of still missing that I didn't go to South America. But I mean, it's not that I never traveled to South America. Obviously, we've been to, I don't know, Dominican Republic and Mexico and like, Cuba and Jamaica, like, all that Caribbean pool of countries. But I never really travel in a sense of really like kind of real life traveling, because like when I'm going to Spain, it's not that I'm kind of staying in hotel and just only eating out. I'm literally renting an apartment for 3 months and I do just a normal life,
Right.
cooking breakfast and lunch and occasionally dinner. Occasionally we are going outside, but I mean just a normal life, just to enjoy the real reality of the life. And I really miss that I didn't go to South America, because I think it's a great, like, different countries over there, and I really want to go. I really want to go because this year around, as I said, we are still planning. I already kind of pre-booked to Spain again, but
Right.
obviously I still have a chance to change my mind. But we will see. We will see what's going to happen close to the winter. But I always excited travel in winter time because, in the last, like I would say, 5 years, I'm not enjoying as much cold weather.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hear you.
Yeah, no, like, summer is good. Summer is good, definitely. Warm weather is good. No
Mm,
complaints there.
that's nice to hear. So is when you were in Portugal, did you do like I know you say that you actually rent an apartment, so it's not
Mm.
like a luxury travel or anything. You're
Mhm.
more like almost like experiencing life there as
Yes.
almost someone who lives there temporarily. Did you do a little bit of luxury shopping there or nothing like that?
We stayed actually in south coast of the Spain. When it comes, oh, sorry, Portugal. When it comes to south coast of the Portugal, I wouldn't say there is, even if you want,
Mm,
there is any opportunity over there to shop any kind of luxury. Mm, I mean, it's no secret to anybody that over there, just an average salary of someone is just, I would say, about $1,100 per month. People living, so what it's like making 1,600 Canadian.
right.
So even if they place boutiques over there strictly for the tourists, I don't
Yeah.
think they have that kind of pool of tourists to
Mm,
support, those boutiques. It just, not even like if I couldn't, it just, there is no possibilities.
right,
it's
right, right.
it's mostly it's mostly like touristic attractions. They have beautiful sceneries definitely over there, and I enjoy that, like nice food, nice
Mm,
drink. And in general, when I'm traveling even to Spain, I'm mostly concentrated on the experiences in life,
right.
because, like, of course, getting kind of pieces, luxury pieces, it's great. It's kind of, and I love them, I enjoy them. But it's more of the, you kind of rewarding yourself for doing the hard work. When it comes to travel, yes, you're rewarding yourself for doing the hard work, but at the same time, it's a little bit different. It's true experience. It's the same way if you're buying something online. Yes, you get that, beautiful piece. Or if you go to boutique and you've been treated as a princess, it's a different experience.
Mm,
So the same here. Like, I enjoy, in the last, I would say, sorry, 5 years, kind of like a travel, slowly but gradually becoming my, not like a main focus, but more source of rewarding myself, if I
mm,
may, because I find it's something that you can always keep it with you,
right.
something that it will never leave you in life. It's the same things, like, when they say, when you have knowledge of something, like a knowledge of language, knowledge of music, or anything in life, it's something that stays with you. Nobody can take away from you.
Oh, I love this so much. You're executing my mindset goal for, because like I don't know if you watch those episodes, like I I'm putting it there on my mindset goal, but
Yeah.
it's not being done so well. One of the goals is that I want to have more life experiences, either to
Mm.
travel or seeing my friends more often. And we're doing a little bit of that, but it doesn't feel like enough. And it just feels like maybe it's just the beginning of like, just dipping my toes in it. And
Mm.
the way you're doing it is exactly the way
But
I would love to do it. Like
but
literally almost move there temporarily, live there for a while, and then
but
just do day-to-day life,
yeah,
but
but
while being still someone who's just traveling, not really
yeah,
living there.
yeah.
And I love that for you.
But it's again, it didn't come, say, 10 years ago for
Right,
me, because,
right.
like I always said, in life there is a proper timing for everything.
Yeah,
you know there is a proper timing, like, to work like a crazy, make your money, make sure that you can achieve something, and
yeah,
then you can actually reap in those rewards, like
for sure.
you can actually enjoy it. You're clearly still in a stage of your life where you have to work much harder per se
Yeah.
than I have to work right
Right.
now.
You've already done that and your kids are grown and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My daughter is almost 22 years old. She's
Right.
actually her birthday at the beginning of the August, so she's going to be 22, and she's already working. She's at university. She has her own life. She's not a baby any longer.
Yeah.
I don't have to pay for some kind of, I don't know, training classes or like, an additional school, whatever.
Yeah.
She is already a grown person. She's doing her own life. And clearly I have extra time. And because, as I said, on top of everything, what's happening right now with the real estate, so my builder is no longer in kind of like an active stage of building. So I clearly have all this extra time. Why in a state of, I don't know, doing nothing, do something for myself,
Right. For sure.
something, yeah.
I
It
love
will
that.
come.
I
I'm
know.
absolutely positive.
I love hearing that you're doing it already.
Yeah,
So
and again, see, Amy, at the end of the day, it's obviously everybody has a different choice. Because see, right now I have all this extra time, and again, thankfully I have some finances. But what I'm trying to say, I could have again spent for something else, again, buying some extra things that, yes, it's nice to have them, but I decided I want to see the world. I want to enjoy beautiful weather. I want to enjoy beautiful seas. And yeah, and I think I'm enjoying it.
I see that Kat is in the background, so she is free to join anytime she
Yeah.
wants. Oh, there you go. She's joining.
Hi, Kat. How are you?
Sorry. Good. It's good. Sorry about that because I'm different location. So I was trying to set up, and I should have done it last night, but I didn't. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's good
It's
to
all
see
good.
you, Oksana.
It's
so
good to see you too.
I was in the background because you were talking, and I didn't want to jump in, and I
Yeah.
wanted to let you finish. So
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
yeah.
I know. I saw she was there, so I just, I also wanted to let you finish your sentence. But okay, having said
I'm
all
talking
that,
too much.
yeah, no. Does anything excite you in 2026 though? Like last time we spoke, I remember I was rewatching. We talked about how Chanel is almost dead because it was in the transition period, right? Nobody was going to the store. I think in terms of your Hermes journey, it was also towards the end where your essay is leaving or transitioning into a different position. So anyway, in terms of luxury,
Yeah.
what excites you this year? Or nothing? I don't know.
You know what? Actually, funny enough, I was also watched Kat video about her new bag. Congratulations, Kat. Congratulations. Yeah.
It's right here.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love the color as well. I actually also kind of in that bag. And in fact, I even contacted my essay and I said, if she's going to have mini, because I really like to have mini, because as I said, now I have already several options of larger handbags or medium-sized handbags, and I would be really nice to have more kind of like a smaller size of the handbags. But see, lately, as I said, because I travel so much, I kind of prefer to have some kind of handbags that they are not as flashy or like wouldn't be as easily recognized. So therefore, like, for example, all the Louis Vuitton handbags, almost all of them I kind of sold, if they're especially with the logos. And even when I travel, when I wear my Chanel handbags, I always turn like, kind of
Turn it
backward.
around.
Yeah, turn around kind of backward. So you kind of see the back only. But even if it's back only, 99% of the people right now can recognize this quilting, that it's a Chanel quilting, unless if you're kind of going, oh, let it be fake. You know that when you travel. But that new Chanel bag, at the beginning, I kind of almost like many, I guess, didn't like the design because it's too loud. We have giraffes, we have God knows what. But this specific bag, I love that it's simple. You know, it doesn't have, at the beginning, I kind of upset that there is no any elements of Chanel, like, you know, of the chains, of the quiltings. But now I kind of like that there is nothing there. So it's kind of doesn't scream Chanel. You know, it's kind of more settled, more kind of simple version, if I may, of Chanel. And I actually contacted my SA. She said that on the opening day, they had just one mini. And obviously it's gone. And I said, listen, if it's going to be available, let me know. If it's not going to be sold, I would go and buy it. But if it's like, you know, I'm no longer at the stage that I remember before, I was standing hours before the Chanel open, like, you know, those launch date and whatever possible, like, you know, jumping through the hoops to get something. But no, there is some actually pieces from Chanel. I love it. Not just even like it, I love it. I absolutely love it. But as I said, what's stopping me right now, before I used to have this kind of corporate job where I used to go almost every day outside. You need beautiful bags, you need beautiful jewelry, shoes, etc. Right now, I don't have that I have to go outside every single day. And so just buying, it's not because these pieces are no longer beautiful. It's just for my specific time in life, they don't make sense for me, just kind of chase them. If it's going to happen, it's beautiful, I will take it. But if it's not going to happen, it's okay, I guess, you know. But I love that bag. I do, actually.
It's a good bag. I mean, I did my reel and all that. It's definitely very trendy.
I love the reel as well. It's so much fun to watch. You definitely put some work to it.
Yeah, I've done it in this house. I don't know I don't know whether it was YouTube or another, or was it on Instagram? I got this comment from somebody. It's like, why do you need a Chanel bag? You live in a dingy apartment. I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
That has nothing to do with it.
Maybe I should have done it here. It's a little bit nicer looking.
You know, anyway. Again, that's exactly my point. You know, I truly believe there is no right or wrong move. There is no right or wrong buy or sell or, like, you know, whatever you choose in life. Because at the end of the day, in every single stage of the life, there is something right and wrong for somebody. And if I may, it's not that I'm saying it's wrong, but what I'm trying to say, like, let's say 18 years old girl, like really young and vibrant girl, and she's like, you know, buying Birkin bag, if that's exactly what you want. But to me, it doesn't click, you know, because it's such a corporate looking bag. And again, it just depends. Everybody has a different vision. My vision, not necessarily correct vision. And as you said, the persons that make that comment, for somebody, real estate is maybe important. For somebody, is like, you know, buying stocks is important. For someone else, buying jewelry or buying handbags is important. It's your life. You know what? Enjoy
Mine's
it.
Kids. I got no kids.
Yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy it.
Yeah. Anyway, I was just saying that, like, I did that reel and I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's
but anyway,
okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's a good bag. Like, I don't know what it is about it that I really like it, because honestly, if I think about it, it's not a bag that will stand the test of time. And all the things that I talk about buying a bag, you know, you should make sure it can stand the test of time. It's value for money. It'll hold its shape. All these things totally went out the door with this bag. Everything, because as I'm using it, it's already losing its shape, right? It's like
but I mean, I don't think it's supposed to like hold the shape. It's kind of soft,
I know,
right?
but right, it's so soft that, you know, it's even having like dimples like this. But that's because of the leather, right? And yeah, and obviously it's so expensive. And it's one of those bags that it will not hold its value for sure. It's big. It's kind of heavy. I mean, it's about 900. I think we weighed it right last week. 900 grams. But I keep using it.
Yes, see, that's the point. If you're using it, it's worth every single penny. Because like I have a bunch of the bags, like, you know, in like some of them I don't even keep in my closet because like keeping in mind like what situation right now in Toronto and all major cities, you know. But that's what I said. You have these thousands of dollars that sit in somewhere else that you could have used for something that you really use. Unless if it's like, you know, you're a true collector, then, you know, hands off, hands off, whatever you think.
This bag is really like it's like really like me using the bag. I have to show you what I've got inside. I've got my wallet, I've got perfume, I've got 2 pens, I've got my recycling bag. It's like a Mary Poppins bag. I got tissue, I got more tissue. I got a comb. And then I've got, the smaller dust bags. I've even got a water bottle.
I love that one. So cute.
I have the sink. I have the broom.
Oh my God. Okay, I mean, I took out some stuff, but it's like...
No, that's really cool. That's really cool. And as you said, it may not retain its value on the long run, but you're using it today and you enjoy it today, and that's what matters, you know. That's what I said. I have some bags that I purchased and they're already like 5 years in my closet and I haven't even used them. This is sad. That's really sad. That's really sad.
And it's a good, so like for you say you're traveling a lot, but for a different purpose, right? You're traveling for your holiday, you're visiting. This is a bit big for that because it will be heavy.
But I think mini would be nice.
The mini, even I was like, I was so crazy. I was thinking like, maybe I should get the mini as well. But obviously I'm not going to do it. But for me, it's just I cannot. It's too much money right now. But I think the mini will do very well because it's a little bit bigger than a mini. I think it's bigger than the mini Kelly.
Oh, for sure.
That's what we need. Yeah, that's what we need, right? Because the mini Kelly is like so freaking small. You can't even put your wallet in your handphone inside. But this one it's also 20 cm, so it's about mini Kelly size. But because it has it's a softer leather and it's broader. Oh my God.
I think it's actually size of the standard Chanel rectangular mini. I think if you look at the dimension, I believe it's actually Chanel rectangular mini, which is quite roomy.
But it's flexible, which
but because it's soft, it's even easier, like, you know, to put some extra beads and bobs in it. I mean, I haven't seen it in a person, so therefore I cannot like saying, oh my gosh, it's so nice. But based on the pictures, I think it's a really cool bag. And as I said, I love some of the shoes, but again, what's happening right now with Chanel and prices, like, you know, before at Chanel shoes were like, okay, $1,000. Right now, all of their shoes, it's 2,000 plus.
Yeah.
And then you have to add taxes on top, because in Toronto we have 13% taxes. So even if it's like 2,000, so by the time you're paying, it's already 2,300 or even more. So it's absolutely crazy price, you know, it's absolutely crazy price. And like anything right now, it's not even I don't like, I remember even the last time I was buying minis, because my last purchase from Chanel, it was a square mini, because I already have square mini black with kind of like silver palladium hardware, shiny. But I got also again square black with champagne gold hardware. And I got also beige rectangular one with the gold hardware. And I remember when I was there with my daughter, and it was like, I think already like 2 or 3 years ago. And at that time it was like 6,000 something, you know, for the mini. Now it's close to 8,000.
It is, yeah.
And even at that time, my daughter goes like, is it worth it, Mom, this money? I said, nothing here is worth the money that we are paying. But it's like, you know, if you love it, you love it. But right now, I think it's a little bit out of control. And what makes me really feel sad, because if you look what's happening with Hermes, they almost following to the T what's happening with Chanel, because previously Hermes, when they increased their prices, they increased just 1 or 2% per year. In the last 5 years or so, like especially like last 3 years, they are extremely aggressive. Each year they increase in prices by 10, 15, some of the models by 20%. You know, and even from the boutique right now, prices are like really expensive, and keeping in mind that you have to do pre-spend, that it almost doesn't make sense. And again, one of the things they kind of follow in Chanel, they increase in all those prices. The second things, I think they're kind of making a mistake. They also increase in production, because it's a normal model of business. When you're doing well, what you do? You produce more items, because everybody wants those items. You produce more items. They already opened like, I think 2 or 3, no, they opened, I think 2 extra factories, and they're planning to open another factories. So it's like, you can see right now, there is the availability, it's much easier. And it's almost that appeal that it's so unique and you almost cannot get it. It's kind of almost going away. And actually there is a new plans of Hermes. They're planning to do couture production. What does it signal to you? It means those truly rich people, they don't see any longer value in all these items, because they almost become, as would rich people say, for the commoners, you know. And the Hermes almost trying to create something new that would appeal to more, like to really rich people. They try. I believe there is a rumor that the new collection coming, and it's going to be a couture, Hermes couture, meaning something more expensive. Exactly for the people with more money. And all this stuff at the bottom, it's like, you know, for everybody else. And that's when you kind of, you know, losing the appeal. And I'm like, I love Hermes. I still love Hermes. And if anybody offer me bag right now, I would have run and buy it, you know. I wouldn't say no. But I don't kind of like, it's almost... how to say? I kind of, I don't wanna kind of spend money when I don't see, I don't see that desire, you know. if I most likely I don't explain myself properly, but there is you're losing that thin sensation of something special, you know. You're losing that veil, you know, when there is a bride walking and she is like under the veil, and then you remove that veil and you see reality. Like that's what almost they're losing, in my very, very humble opinion. And but the funniest part that they still increase in production, and they're saying that their plan to increase production furthermore and open extra factory in year 2027. Wow. So if they're opening extra factory, and they already, I think, open one for sure. I think they open even two. So it means all those people that are going to be working on those factories, producing all these items, of course, they're still going to hold Kellys and Birkins and Constances more on the tight production, but everything else is going to be like just there, you know.
It's kind of incredible to think of how fast it moved, because I don't know, it's, for me, it seems like it was just yesterday that I started my journey. Like literally, yes, it's been 5 years, but it also feels like it was not that distant long ago. And it was a hustle. It still felt like a hustle even 2 years ago. I mean, it's still a hustle now, but like just the trend that we're seeing, the news that you're just sharing right now, and the intangible feeling that you were describing, how like there's not that special something feeling anymore. I think we're all feeling it. It's just that, you know, until someone actually says it out loud or kind of realize it even within themselves to even be honest enough to say that that's how they're feeling. And to that point, right? Like, so I'm going to pull this next question, because it makes you wonder, is it because of what's happening out there with the, I guess, the marketing, the way they make you pre-spend, the hustle that you had to gone through, that makes you want to do it more and appreciate more? Or is it just all an illusion from just the logistics side? Or are we actually at purse piece? So like, this is the next question from Lux Nerve. Are you lady actually at purse piece? And if so, or if not, how many more bags and which ones will get you there? It's always something that we talk about, right? That we always get asked.
I mean,
the way that you even describe how you don't go chase the next Chanel bag anymore like we used to. I did that too, right? It just sounds like it could be purse piece. But the thing is, if I was offered the bag right now in front of me, I would probably buy it too, like you said. But I don't go and chase it anymore either. And so I don't even know what to call it, to be honest, because I don't believe purse piece exists. Right?
Yeah.
How would you, what do you think?
I personally think that, as you said, there is no such a thing as a purse piece, because there is always tomorrow. There is always new design. There is always new designer, you know, more creative, more exciting. And I mean, there is thousands and thousands of people working to make sure that you're on the hook. And they're working hard, that's for sure. But I would say I'm really good with houses. I say, when you get in your first house or condo or whatever, you always say, oh, you know what, it's my stepping stone. Let's make sure that, you know, my income get better, etc., etc. And then, you know, you get family, you get kids, you want to get to the bigger house, and then more bigger house, then you want double car garage, and you want bigger backyard, and you have a couple of dogs. But then eventually, you know, all your kids move out and you end up in that big, lonely home. That's the situation. It's pretty much, because like at the end of the day, you know, yes, you have all these bags, and how often you at the end really use them. And that's what I said. It depends on the stages of the life. I don't think there is such a thing as a bag piece, because if I would see something that I truly love, I will buy it. But the problem is, because right now I noticed, many of my bags I literally almost don't use. But lately I'm kind of shifting more into jewelries, because I noticed the jewelry, at least I use them. And I really rotate them quite well, because anytime I go, I could have the same bag every day, but I change my jewelry based on my outfits, etc. So I don't know, it's maybe just a little bit shift from the bags to more jewelries, but I still love bags, and I don't think there is a piece ever on the horizon happening, because if I see something that I like, I will definitely buy it. But I'm not like extremely chasing the new bag or something like that. No, I mean, I still want maybe something, but it's again also, especially with Hermes, when you wait for something such a long time, you almost like at the end, I was like, do I really need it?
Yeah, I know.
Because
so you forgot.
Yeah, because when you want something, okay, you can wait 6 months, okay, whatever, but eventually you want to see somewhere, in a distance, that it's gonna happen. But with all these shenanigans, not certainty, what's their game, is it true, is it not true, everybody has a different stories. Sometimes I wish if it would have been clear cut case. Actually, I was also watching some of the videos. They said that actually in Hong Kong, they kind of more open. They kind of I want this bag. And they said, okay, you want this bag, you need to pre-spend this much from this kind of categories. And I kind of like that approach. At least they're honest with you. They're upfront and honest. But in Canada, and I was actually, in fact, I was a couple of times kind of sending messages with Clara Zila. I don't know if she's here. Hi, Clara. And she was saying also, because in Hong Kong, it's kind of more culture, dressing up and wearing bags. And she said right now, when she moved to Canada, she almost doesn't use her Hermes bags at all, because there is nowhere to go, with these bags. And lately also with the situation of the security, you're kind of afraid to use these bags, to go anywhere with these bags, because you're afraid that you're going to get attacked or something. I don't know, but handbag piece, it's not happening. What about you girls?
I almost feel like peace purse, so for me, is just another type of distraction. Like you said, every stage of life is different. And at every stage, I need, other than my actual preoccupation, whether it's kids, family, work, whatever, I need another distraction to make me feel whole as a person, you could say. And I, of course, love fashion to begin with. And purses are just part of the picture, a part of a bigger picture of fashion, right? And so for me, it will never die, or it'll never be done in a sense, because it's just if I'm happy with the purse collection that I have that year, I'll probably move on to another, not total collection, but I'll move on to other purses that I will like the following years, that I would prefer either for my lifestyle, wherever stage I'm at, right? So I feel like it's always a revolving door. It's just changing all the time, right? And some will stay permanent and others will just keep moving. And just like you were saying, how there's some bags that you never really reach. It's been sitting there for 5 years.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way that I kind of
justify
yeah, justify having some of those. They kind of do that, but like for the most part, if I really feel like it's a waste of real estate in my cupboard, I will let them go, right? And that's how it's been for me. So it's hard to pinpoint which bag will get me there. I can tell you which bag will get me there this year, because those are the basically the wish list this year. But next year I'll have a different wish list.
Yeah.
And I believe that, like, I don't want to speak for Kat, but like she suddenly came up with this new bag of hers, this Chanel maxi flap. Like she didn't know that she would want this last year, but it just came up.
Exactly.
And so things like that can happen to any of us. And yeah, that's how I see it for first piece.
Okay, before I talk about it, let me pull out a couple of comments from Holly Grace 02. I think the first piece discussion is really overspoken about. We are allowed to be at peace with what we have, which feels like contentment and gratitude, but also keep discovering, learning, and buying. And she says, distraction is the wrong word, Amy. You are allowed to immerse yourself in passions and hobbies. While you ladies were talking, I was listening and I was kind of like reflecting for myself as well. And also reading Holly's comment, I actually don't know for me. I think sometimes I feel like I'm really at peace with my collection, and then sometimes I get really excited about bags again, and then like now I'm looking at the mini Chanel. So I do agree it's like really overspoken because it feels like we all need, okay? It's like we all need to reach first piece. It's like some unspoken rule that if you're collecting bags, it's the nirvana that we have to reach one day. But it's not true, right? Because it's actually a hobby, a passion that things can change depending, like what you said. It's depending on your stage of life, right? Where you are. So
exactly.
At one point in my early career, I was just buying bags because I remember another YouTube comment. She said, "How can you buy so many bags?" And I said, because I only focus on bags. I don't focus on beautifying my house. I'm not into decorations. I don't have kids. I didn't even have a dog then. All I spend is on me, and that's it. So I had a lot of disposable income. And to some extent, I wasn't even like focusing on like, oh my gosh, I need to save every single penny, which is obviously now I think back about it, maybe I should have done that. But hindsight is 2020, right? So, but then over the years, it's shifted. I'm now thinking about, saving more, and obviously I'm still buying bags, but I'm definitely not buying it the way I was doing it 10, 15 years ago, which means I'm more selective on what I bought. And Hermes came into the picture, which was a totally different ball game. You had to pre-spend. What the heck is pre-spend? Why am I suddenly buying ready-to-wear shoes, which is something that 15 years ago I said, I will never buy a pair of shoes, or if I did, it'll be one and only jewelry, never, ever, ever. If I could see Kat 20 years ago, like, girl, shut up. Right? I mean, like, you never know, right? It evolves. And I think I'm still evolving today, because when we spoke, we had a quick chat about, we were talking about where I am in my luxury buying journey. And I was saying, Hermes, I'm after not doing it for most of this year, I just got one bag, and that was because of last year. I'm not really into wanting to be part of the game anymore. And that's not to say the game was not fun. So I think I kind of put blocks into what I've done, right? It was fun in that competitive, fun and exciting, and this, like the word discovery, learning. Yeah, it was the competition, the chase, the challenge. the relationships that I built through that journey, that was one part of one phase. And it wasn't like 1 year, it was 5 years of my luxury buying journey. So now that I'm kind of slowed down, I'm not sure if I want to run that race again, right? Not to say I wouldn't do it, but I will definitely maybe do it later, think about it, and rest a little bit. Not sure, right? It's sort of still up there. And I think we also talked about, once you get Hermes bags, there's nothing that compares to it.
Yeah, it's hard to top it.
Yeah,
it's hard to top it, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, should you put your money to buy Hermes now? Because that was the mindset that time, right? Because oh my gosh, should I spend this 5,000 on a Chanel bag, or should I keep it aside because that money could go to a pre-spend or buy something like a wallet at Hermes? Because it's the mind game that was so intense then that everything was put aside. But it wasn't done it wasn't done like you're so blinded. It was done calculatively. You're thinking about it like, okay, I am in this journey. I'm doing it. I am committed to it. And therefore, I'm making these decisions because I want to get what I want to get. But now that I've gotten what I've gotten, it's a bit like, great. Maybe I can go and buy other things now, because those were the other things that I was still passionate about, right? The Chanel bag, the Chanel square, and all those stuff. So, which is why I think when Amy, you say, I'm so surprised you got this, because it just felt like I'm freer, completed this part, and I love the bags. But we all agree, right? They're not the most practical bags. They are a little tricky sometimes. Like the Birkin, you need to have a special, you need to have both hands. The Kelly is a little trickier. The claw, everything has a little. It's not 100% perfect, even though the bag is perfect for our lifestyles. And I know it's really long, but I'm kind of like thinking through, like, how does purse piece fit into it? I think for me, purse piece right now is not relevant. I feel like what I'm looking for is passions that fulfill me now. And bags was a big part. It was like a 20-year journey. They are a big part of my passion, but it had a wave, right? It had a big wave. So whether it's tapering out a little bit, not because of prices, it's just because I've done it. I've done it. I've done it. I have the collection. I appreciate it. I love seeing people with bags, but I don't need it to be. I don't need like a full stop on it, and I also don't need myself to keep running in it. In this place. So I'm kind of looking at other things right now. Like you said jewelry. I've also done a little bit of jewelry. I still like it, but if I had to prioritize, I still like looking at bags. So the other day I was thinking about, where am I going to spend my money, right? Because I love shopping. Okay, that's the top. Okay, I just like to spend money. I like to buy things. Okay. I like to buy things. So do I want to jump back and buy makeup? Because I took some time off it. I've also stopped buying a lot of makeup. So if I kind of had categories of where I'm spending my money on, I kind of made a decision after last week's live. I am going to like really spend money on Nato, my dog, because I do spend on her, but I'm also like not spending on her, if you know what I mean. Like and it's not like luxury, right? But it could be.
It could be.
Yeah. It could be, because I could say I am going to spend 10,000 or 15,000 or whatever to take her on a trip, because it's expensive, right? It's a lot of work. It's expensive. It's like, not just her treats, right? That I already do, but I've made a decision that if I'm going to spend money on her, like if I want to go for if I want to bring her to Japan, that's visas, that's air travel, that's all of that. So I actually just made that decision recently this week. I was like, that's the top on my list. And another top on my list is I'm going to spend money on what's the word? It's not my team. It's like people. Meaning, if I'm going out for meals with my my company, my team, my colleagues, and I'm gonna treat them. I'm obviously I can afford it, so things like that. So I'm gonna be spending where I can. I'm not gonna be stinging on this. And then no bags in this. But if a bag pops up, if a Chanel mini flap comes about, and it's the right time, right occasion, I'm not buying a flight for NATO, I might still buy it, but it's not a top priority. So it's the different stage of my current life in my mid to I'm going to assume this is going to be mid 40s to mid 50s. It's kind of planning like, okay, this is what I'm going to focus on.
Yeah. If I may add also something, girls, I don't know if any of you feel this way as well, but as much as we don't want to admit, but economical situation, what's happening right now, plays also a major role, because I find that before, all these handbags, it was a real, journey, and it's not about only Hermes, it's about Chanel, it's about Louis Vuitton, it's about Gucci. And what's happening, I used to buy also from pre-love market, and by now, some of the things you kind of you buying and you're using and you're selling, and you're buying also from pre-love market, and you're buying from you. It always was kind of fun. You always knew before that, when you buy something, you use it, and you sell it not because you just want to sell it, because it happens to me so many times. I watch somebody else's recommendation. Oh, I love this bag, I'm going to use it. And when I buy it for myself, turns out I don't love the bag. It's not how I use it, and I don't want to have the bag. But this bag might be loved by somebody else, and it was normal process of selling the bag. And you always had that security. If something happened, you always can liquidate your handbag or all other things in what you have in your possession. Because right now, if you buy something, that, hey, you pretty much have to keep it. Because it's so difficult to liquidate. It's almost impossible to liquidate anything. And I think either we like to say it loud or don't. This is somewhat also kind of partial reason why people are more, I would say, more cautious, with their purchases. Because before I was always, oh, what new bag happened? Okay, let me try it. If I don't like it, hey, no problem, I can sell it. Okay, even if I lost $200, $300, or even $500 on some of the bags. I remember I purchased some of the bags I never actually used, but I lost like $1,500 or something. You may lose big, you may gain on some of the bags, but there was always liquidity. You may get upset for silly $200 or $300 that you were losing. Right now, I guess, if you want to sell something and you're losing $300, it was like, oh, good.
Yeah.
Because it's really hard to sell anything right now, because people don't have that certainty. People don't have the certainty what's going to happen tomorrow. And sadly, funny stuff when it comes to the handbags. Just recently, what's that? LV, CM. Oh, I forgot the LV company. Their big corporation. They actually, because LV also now owns the Cartier and Tiffany, and they actually say that yes, the sale of the bags kind of slowed down, but sale of their jewelries as Tiffany or Cartier, and yeah, they went, obviously they cannot speak about Van Cleef because Van Cleef is different corporation, right? But I mean, it went up. And the way they're saying that people kind of putting their money into something that was always through the century carry the value, meaning gold. And I think that could be also kind of like, you know, shifting. But I as I always say, fashion, it will never go away. We always gonna love dress up. We always gonna love to wear beautiful handbags, shoes, etc. But as you said, Kat, you know, it just shifting what is perfect for you today or what was perfect for you 5 years ago, because 5 years ago you had a different life, you know.
Yeah.
I think what you were referring to is the perceived value. I think I remember reading the same article, LVMH, and all the different companies, is what you're buying, why the luxury prices are in the thousands or tens of thousands, not because they cost that much to make. It's just their perceived value to the customer. And the exclusivity adds to the perceived value, right? And I almost feel like purse piece, this term, is made up on the internet, on YouTube land or somewhere, because someone decided one day that it needs this hobby, right? This distraction that I call but passion hobby has to be finite, which if that's your hobby, it's never going to be finite. It's just going to evolve.
Exactly.
It cannot be finished ever. Yeah.
It's for eternity.
It's for eternity. I'm going to give a different example, because I think when people look at this, they think bags. Oh my gosh, that is so superficial. It's so like you roll eyes, right? That's why maybe they say you should have enough handbags in your collection. So I'll give you another example, right, of people who have a big passion and there is no peace. Okay, are cyclists. You know, those they really love to cycle and do outdoor cycling. It goes on and on and on. You think like you can have one bicycle? No, they have a lot of bicycle, carbon fiber, don't know what they're gonna buy the news, and it's crazy. The things, and you think their bicycle is $100? No, it's tens of thousands
of dollars. Yeah,
it's don't know what kind of thing, and then the seat you need to buy, and then you got accessories. It's like our bag charms.
Yeah,
like lights and helmets and this. It's crazy, and you would tell them you have one bicycle, you have two bicycles. It's, no, there's a new bike, new technology.
Exactly.
They go on and on. I mean, you're talking about real passionate people, right? But nobody complains that they have too many bicycles. You need to have bicycle peace. No, but for bags, for some reason, there needs to be a stop to it because it's fashion. It's so funny.
I'm gonna pull this comment. Everyone has something. Everyone needs something, right? Everyone needs what they're passionate about. But for some reason, the fashion community always gets the most scrutiny. It's true.
Yes.
Why does it have to be that? Is it because it's considered a frivolous thing? Well, so is any other passion or hobby out there, whether that's car or sports, marathons. I mean, running marathons is expensive. You have to travel, you have to buy the gear, you have to training itself. There's like all
shoes, 500 miles, you have to throw your shoes away.
Exactly. All kinds of costs associated with the hobby itself. And they may not be in the same like numbers per item, right? Yeah. But it's still a cost. And I feel like I said, this topic,
but I think
with the rest.
Yeah, but I think also, as you said, fashion gets into scrutiny the most, but it's also because mostly it's a women, who is actually appreciate the fashion. And it's been through the centuries that, we crucify always women more than men. Either we like to admit it
women crucify women as well.
True.
Yeah,
Maybe it's not coming from the men. It's the women saying like, you should have less these,
And that's
It's
like,
the whole community.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
darn. Never be on.
It's totally different topic.
It's quite related. But
Yeah.
let me change topic. Well, sort of, not really, but change question from Anastasia. If everything disappeared today, okay, everything, you have nothing, which 5 bags would you, or would she, meaning referring to you, Oksana, would we buy again? And would she ever buy as many bags as in the past, or if she found that capsule wardrobe suits you better, or has a capsule wardrobe suit you better? Anyway, let's start with the first one. Which 5 bags would you buy again?
If I would buy from very, very beginning, and if I could,
Yes.
I would definitely start from Constance. I love Constance, but
18?
I think yes, Constance 18, because I think in general I prefer this kind of flap style, handbags like Chanel Mini. Also, I love Chanel Mini, especially the square one. I love the rectangular, but I find the chain on the rectangular a little bit long for me because I'm very short, I'm petite. But if I could just go and buy it, I will get Constance Black, Epsom leather. I will get Constance in red, again, Epsom leather. I love Epsom leather. I know what people say about it. I love my Epsom leather.
That's the one with the question.
Yeah.
You still love Epsom?
Because you can wear it in rain, and I have like my Epsom leather bags been scratched. I polish them myself. It takes some elbow grease. You have to really work it. But so anyway, I'm already digressing. Constance 18 black, Constance 18 red. Then I will get some kind of Constance 18 grayish. It could be, I don't know, either dark gray or all 3 Constances. All 3 Constances.
Wow.
I love my Constance bag. You know why I love my Constance bag? Because I actually use it.
Yeah.
I wear it. I really wear it. Then, see, it's only 5 because I won my Constances 3.
Okay.
Red, black, and gray. Kind of like 2 really neutral and 1 pop of color. And then if it's only 5, then I will get also 2 Chanel minis. Yeah, 2 Chanel minis. When it comes to Chanel minis, again, I will get 1 black square, and most likely I will get kind of beigey neutral Chanel mini. No any kind of classic bags, no Birkins, no Kellys, no Chanel double flap, none of those.
Wow, that really shocked me when all you chose is the same 2 style. Is it because it's right now at this point of your life because you're traveling, you need crossbody, and you actually use it?
You know what? It's even before, if I remember, always I kind of enjoy this like flap bag. I mean, of course, it's heavily involves because of my lifestyle right now, because I don't carry my laptop to work every day. But if I would have obviously work at the office right now, I would definitely choose like maybe Birkin 30, maybe even Birkin 35. But as you said, right now at my stage of life, this is the bags that I am truly using. Like, the flap style bag, not very big. That's if I need something bigger, I can always get something not even very expensive. It could be Longchamp for that matter. Like, I enjoy actually using my Longchamp for the travels, etc. But something that I could use, and right now, if I would have spent my money, 3 Constances, 2 Chanels.
Okay, let me ask you this question. It's kind of the same. If I can allow you more than 5, which would form your capsule collection, which ones would you add?
If more than 5,
Yeah.
I will get my Birkin 30 gold, the ones that I have right now. I will get my Kelly black. I love my 28, but because I don't have 25, it's hard for me to judge. But I know that 25, most likely for kind of evening occasion, I would have used more. But I know that 25, when it's in Epsom, it's very hard to open, especially when it's brand new. Most likely, I would get Kelly 25 Retourne black. So Birkin 30, because I know as much girls, they love Birkin 25. It's kind of cool style. Deep in my heart, I believe Birkin is corporate bag. You use it for work. And it's my vision. It doesn't mean that it's correct vision, but it's a vision for me. Birkin 30, gold. Kelly 25, most likely Retourne, not a Salier. Yeah, those two I would add. If more, I can continue. So
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Actually, go ahead.
If more, then I will add another Birkin 30 in black, more kind of like wintry one. If more, to be honest, I don't know if it's more than that I would need. No,
Okay.
I think that would do it. 3 Constances, 2 Chanel, 2 Birkins, golden and noir, and 1 Kelly. I don't want more than 1 Kelly, and most likely it's Retourne 25. It's kind of more casual, but at the same time, it's perfect for the winter, evening. Yeah, I think that's finito.
I love that.
Yeah.
That basically answers every question.
Yeah, just a classic, very classic combo. As I said, I don't mind the pop of color. I will get even if Chanel, as I said, I will get one in black and another one if it's going to be some kind of really colors that speaks to me. I will get it, something like that. But one black for sure.
Okay, Kat, I'm gonna ask you the same question. If your collection disappeared, which 5 bags would you buy again?
I know. I'm trying to see why is my lighting getting darker? Is it very dark?
No, it's okay. I think
good.
because StreamYard it kind of adjusts it. They adjust it as
I look okay because I look like
you're fine.
Okay, great. I love how Oksana gave majority Hermes, and she picked a couple of Chanel's. If I had to buy everything again, or like I only had 5 bags, I definitely would keep. I would definitely want to have Hermes because at least one in each category. But because it's 5, I would have to pick, like really pick properly, right? So one would be my Birkin. I don't need the Kelly because to me, the Kelly is the Kelly 25 that I have. If I had more from 5, I would keep it, but it's definitely not my top 5. So one Birkin. It could either be, you know what, if I had to buy it again, so maybe the black, I'll still buy the black. Yeah, I'll still buy the black. It's a good color for me. It's easy to use.
25?
25.
Okay.
25 for me, 25. Because I agree that it's more like a work bag, but I don't really bring it to work. Yeah, I don't. So Birkin 25. I will want to have a mini Kelly. I think that's a nice little going out bag, not necessarily practical at all. So 2 of these. If I could, I would definitely want to have a mini Chanel square. Okay, I should have sold mine long ago, but if I could, I'll keep one for also like it's it's like if I use the Mini Kelly, and Mini Kelly is not the one for me, I'll use the Chanel 25. So these are the two. I will also keep a Constance. I will have a Constance. I agree. Constants are so good to use. It's like if I need a bit more space compared to the Mini Kelly and Chanel classic flap square, I will go for the Constance. It's like the nice size in between. And wow, I need one more bag. I'm kind of thinking, because I'm not sure. I'm going to keep number 5 like special for a bit. I'm kind of thinking I need a canvas bag. But I don't know at the same time. Because I only got 5. Right? Should I just use long sharp? So,
I thought you would choose your current. I don't want to influence you, but I thought you would choose your current Chanel.
I'm kind of thinking that, but I don't know whether that's because it's my current bag, right? So if I could buy it again, right? So actually I would put number 5 because where my life is, my current Chanel maxi flap is perfect for it's like the work bag, but not the work bag. I can also use it for traveling because I don't mind carrying a little bit bigger bag. So yeah, I would pick that. I would pick a soft bag, the slouchy bag, and the one that I have right now is my Chanel maxi flap. I wouldn't buy it again because the price is insane.
Yeah,
but the whole construction of the bag is actually really good. So yeah, let me just pick that for today's discussion. These 5 bags.
that's pretty good.
Yeah. What about you, Amy?
So I'm not as confident as you, Oksana. I feel like you're so confident in your choice. 3 Constants and then 2 Mini, right? Like for me, I agree. Not my first choice, but I need a soft bag. I love my Chanel 22. I don't necessarily know if it is a Chanel 22 that I need as a soft bag because I am also curious about the maxi flap. I've never seen it. It was never available in store. I could never try it, but I'm curious. So whether it's that one or that one, I just need a soft bag. And for me, it has to be Chanel. I just love the brand so much, like the aesthetic. It goes with all the ready-to-wear I've been buying as well. So that's already one. And then I have a very soft spot for Mini Kellys. For me, it's my dream to build kind of like a capsule, just like your Constance. You have like almost like your capsule Constance. I need a black, I need a white, and I need a neutral, like in between, like a gray color, like you were saying. Like literally, they're useless bags because you can't fit anything in it. But for me, I already have my practical bag, which is the soft bag, right? The soft Chanel bag. So all the other occasions, and I don't like anything heavy. I just, for me, the bag is almost like the accessory, but I just happen to be able to put my wallet and lipstick, and if I need to, I'll squeeze my phone in it. Like to me, that's more like an accessory that just happens to be slightly practical, but I need those 3. I just feel like that would be the perfect capsule sort of like Mini Kelly collection. And so I only have 1 left, and I'm struggling with this one because I love the idea of having also at least 1 Birkin, at least 1 regular Kelly, and a Constance. But if I can only pick 1,
has to be Birkin.
You think?
I don't know. You tell me.
I felt you would pick. Okay, I'll let you pick first.
Yeah, okay, you can just like give me your opinion after, but I feel like the logical answer is a Birkin, but I feel like I should try a Kelly, also 25, but I'll do retourné as well. I don't know why I have to like at least try that style, which I also don't know how it feels like to have a 25 retourné. Like I love the idea that it's easier to use, and it's gonna add to. It's not quite like the slouchy Chanel bag. It's not that casual, but it's still quite a very useful day-to-day bag. So not all my bags are useless, at least. But I love the idea of the Birkin because it's a totally different shape. But But maybe I'll just say Kelly for now. Kelly retournée.
Yeah.
But what would you pick for me?
I was thinking you would say Kelly.
Yeah.
Because I don't see you as a Birkin. I mean, it's an idea, right? Like for me, I definitely know if I had to pick between the Birkin and the Kelly, I would sacrifice the Kelly because the Kelly 25 is not as easy for me to use.
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm
not
all
easy
as
bag to use.
I'm looking for ease of use.
Yeah.
Fussy bags.
Yeah, I think you're the Birkin version of that, and I'm the Kelly version of that. I just for me it's still Kelly, even though
It's
I
the
love
look,
the idea of.
It's the look. It's a good. It's it's a beautiful bag.
Yeah. There you go. Hope it answers your question, Anastasia. That's like such a good question in a way. Like we always get this, but for me, I love Oksana's answer the most. Like it's so confident. Okay, here's the next one from Burberry. Bring My Burberry. Choose one accessory. No cheating. From Hermes, from Chanel, and from LV. Only one.
From Hermes, if it's accessory, I will take the Duo Calvi. I really love that wallet. And actually, recently, I used that wallet already non-stop for like 3 years. All the time. I don't even switch to my Louis Vuitton wallet or Chanel wallet. So Duo Calvi from Hermes. From Louis Vuitton, it's a key clay because it's very compact. I really love that because like I have from Chanel for the keys, but it's kind of puffy and with all those stitching. It's beautiful, but for the practicality, for the smaller bags, that key clay from Louis Vuitton, it's really good. You can put all your keys and even something else. And from Chanel, funny enough, recently I don't really use much of the Chanel SLGs because I have actually a bunch of Chanel SLGs, but recently I don't know why I don't use them. I have the wallet from Chanel. I have that key holder for Chanel, like, when you actually can put some of the cards inside. I have that little pouch with the zipper. I'm actually struggling to pick up something from Chanel because in the recent years, I don't really use anything from Chanel as a SLG. I don't know why. I love their wallets, but because recently I use my Duo Calvi from Hermes, and I love especially for travel because when I love also my Louis Vuitton, that kind of zippy wallet, with all the card slots. But the point is, when you travel and you open your wallet, it's either Chanel or Louis Vuitton. It's so flashy. But when you pull out Duo Calvi, nobody can recognize. It's just like, black leather or whatever color of the leather you are picking up. It's just so simple. Nobody can recognize. And it's really nice. In fact, my third, that's what I'm literally describing you, my SLGs that I'm using right now, Hermes, Duo Calvi, my Louis Vuitton key clay, and the third piece of SLGs that I'm constantly using, it's from Longchamp. They have that little coin pouch, not from the fabric, but from the leather. It's very, very soft. It's very small, but very roomy. And it's perfect for the small handbags. And it's usually, literally, I can put everything in there. It's kind of like catch-all. So I actually don't use Chanel. It's really sad. And I have bunch,
Not even like other accessories such as like jewelry, like, costume.
You mean like if it's a jewelry? Oh, yes, of course. If it's jewelry, it's a different story. Actually, in fact, I have my absolute favorite necklace from Chanel. It's kind of like, it's not a choker. it's kind of a little bit lower, but it has like quite large medallion. But that medallion has two sides. It's dual-sided. In one side, it has CC logo. But on another one, it's kind of almost like side profile portrait of Chanel, and it says kind of Chanel. And it's funny, I actually, with that piece of jewelry, have funny story, because when I was, corporate work, when I was at work, I never put it onto Chanel side when it's CC. I always put onto that side when there is a side profile of Chanel and her portrait. And the inscription over there is that it's Chanel, it's kind of smaller, so you really have to look closer. And I remember my boss once, and because it looks like very antiquish, the way it's done. And my boss goes, "Oh my gosh, what is this? Is it some antique piece? Is it your grandmother?" I was like, "Oh, gee, I wish it's Chanel, my grandmother. I would take that in a heartbeat." Yeah. If it's like I'm open to kind of jewelries, yes. And because we were kind of talking about SLGs, like for example, I have my Chanel sneakers, and they are not from their classic line. They are from some of the seasonal ones. Oh my gosh, they're so comfortable. I already travel so much in those sneakers. But that necklace, I really love. I really love. And some of the pieces of Chanel kind of jewelry I sold because the issue with the stones, etc. But this one, because it's a solid brass, so clearly there is no any kind of issue. I really like it. And because it's kind of looking antiquish, I really love that element about it. So it's from 2018 collection. I think it's a fall 2018 collection. Yeah, nice. That was my favorite piece.
How about you, Kat? One from each.
Okay, Hermes. I don't have a lot of their small leather goods, though I've always wanted the wallet. Maybe one day I'll get the wallet.
You guys can choose. I think when I read accessories, I think everything is an accessory. If it's not a clothing.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like shoes and all that as well, right?
Right.
Shoes have not been so great for me for Hermes. I would pick a jewelry piece from Hermes, and I think I would pick one of my Hermes bracelets. That would be the one. I've never revealed it on my channel. It's one of my bracelets anyway. So that's one. And then Chanel accessory. What do I like from Chanel? Accessory. Yeah, I agree that Chanel, like the small leather goods are good, but I don't actually, I think I only have one now. Yeah, one wallet and one accessory. Shoes. Yeah, I realized I don't really buy a lot, or maybe I bought, but I sold quite a few as well. I think I'm gonna go and I'm gonna say jewelry as well. I like the Coco Crush ring from Chanel. It's whether it's the thick band or the thin band. I think that is just super beautiful from Chanel. LV is where my little SLGs and little things come from. I totally agree. The clay is a good one. The little small clay, like I don't know. I think it's called just clay, right?
Yeah, key clay.
I have the mini clay.
Key clay, yeah.
Key clay. The key clay. I also have the slightly bigger one, which is the new size, small. I think clay S or small. I think those are so good. So I will go with that. What about you?
For me, LV is a no-brainer. That's the only accessory I have left. and that's the one I would buy again, is the 6-key holder. The one that you just open, and then there's like all these hooks. So that one I still use, have been using. One of the first things I've ever bought at LV that I still use and have. Chanel, I was thinking like, oh, is it going to be a pair of earrings? Is it going to be like my hat? But then actually I'm going to pick my Chanel flip-flops. So they are like all leather basically. And I bought them last year, but I wore them the first time this year in Mexico. And I just cannot believe how, like, it's not like orthopedic or anything. Like, you cannot walk miles and miles and miles with them. Well, you shouldn't, because they're just flat sandals. But they're so, otherwise, if you don't walk miles and miles and miles and miles in them, they're so comfortable as it is, no break-in required. And they're so pretty. And I love shoes, like, because you don't think of flip-flops as a pretty shoe, right? Like, you think flip-flops is all super casual. You're just wearing it because you need something on your feet. But they are actually pretty. And all it has is just a little CC with the diamantes. Like, that's it. And then it's all leather, which for me, it really surprised me. And it turned out to be one of my favorite things that I bought last year, but I actually just started wearing this year. So for me, I'm going to pick those. If I don't have that anymore, I'll go and buy a new pair. Yeah, because it's just so easy. And I love just slipping on things. You know me, right? With my shoes, like all kinds of shoes never work. And this one just happened to work really well. And it's just easy to pack. Like, you travel, you slap them together, put it in your luggage. Yeah, that's it. Like, there's no room required. From Hermes, there's so many accessories for me, right? Anything from scarves to belts to sheep sandals, all kinds of accessories that I actually enjoy and wear. But I'm actually going to pick a belt because I've always loved their belts. And I feel like if I lost like all my accessories, or if I didn't have any accessories, I would start off and buying at least one belt from Hermes, because there's so many outfits that I use the belt as part of the outfit, like to either cinch in a jacket, or if I'm wearing a skirt, like it just adds a little bit more detail and hardware around the waist. It gives you shape. I rarely actually wear my belts for jeans or anything like that. If they're there, they're just really just for decoration. So I'm gonna pick a belt, and it'll likely be either a Kelly belt, or I actually do really like their adjustable ones. Probably stick with the
Kelly
one.
18. It's usually 18.
Yeah, 18 is like the Kelly, the Kelly belt size, but the smaller, even the smaller one is the 13. I actually wear those a lot. So I'll just pick one, but just for the sake of easy, like just easy to decide, I'll just pick the Kelly belt.
Yeah, that's not actually, that's 6 keys from the Louis Vuitton. My husband uses that all the time. Yeah, he uses that all the time.
Yeah, it's the only thing that I have that is still not broken or anything. Like, I mean, the leather glazing is almost gone, but nothing has fallen apart. Yeah. So I still use it.
You know what? Amazing. Actually, talking about the Louis Vuitton, for some time, everybody's kind of like saying some negative things about Louis Vuitton, the quality, etc. But if you really think, Louis Vuitton also, many of their pieces are such a good quality. You know, such a good quality. You use them and abuse them, and they still work, and they still work for you.
Yes. I agree. I think that's the reason why because we're so, like, we treat LV so differently from Chanel and from Hermes.
Yeah.
Right? Like, LV pieces, I feel like we bought because we're using the bags. We're actually using them. Exactly. And so it's unfortunate that when they started to break down more easily, there was a period of time when they started to break down. Then, of course, all the drama started and everything. But generally speaking, they have been solid.
Yes.
As a brand.
Yeah, exactly. Good quality also. But I mean, yes, of course, there is always bad apples. Yeah. But overall, their items, like, especially if you look at some of the vintage pieces, you will be shocked. how it could be. And I mean, keeping in mind, it doesn't cost 15,000. You know, when you buy something for 1,000 and it's still in perfect shape after 20 years, you know what? You have to admit it, that money well spent. You know.
I'm pretty sure my 6 key was around 200 something plus taxes. It was still
How much is it now?
300.
Yeah.
And I'm still using it. It's been 10 years.
Exactly. You know, well spent.
Yes. Okay, from the same person, he has this question. I had to read it twice because I was like, am I getting this right? So don't you fear the future frustration for not enjoying other brands in order to focus on the journey? So I think he was referring to, like, you know, Hermes journey. We always make the sacrifice of like, oh, I shouldn't buy this because this amount of money can go towards my journey pre-spend. So don't you fear that you will have future frustration,
regrets,
having all these other things that you could have bought?
Yeah. See, that's exactly maybe why I stopped doing what I was doing for a very, very short time. Because if you really look at my journey, I started somewhere in year 2018. You know, actually, I started in US. But before that, I was actually started buying pre-loved pieces. My very first piece from Hermes, I actually got it from Fashion File, and it was pair of the shoes, like, you know, heels, and they were in brand new condition. So I said, okay, let me buy them and see how they are. And then eventually I sold them also. But like really heavy, because I want to get the bags. I was kind of really heavy in spending from 2020 to 2023. And then I think the last time I was at my local boutique was in 2023. It's when I pick up my Birkin gold on gold. And the moment I pick up that Birkin, I never step a foot inside the boutique. You know, I did some spending online, like, you know, I purchased some of the things here and there, a little thingy, but I'm just like, you know, I couldn't do this anymore. Not in a sense of even, you know, that you have to spend money. I kind of extremely, sometimes even to the point that I could be blunt, that people don't like that about me. But I'm very, very open, and like, you know, I don't like when people take me for a fool and playing me. I would rather if, like, as I said, what they were doing in Hong Kong, like, you know, they're open with you. You do this and I will do this for you. To me, it's clear business case of transaction. But what was happening, like, you know, with the local boutique, this is silliness and, like, you know, talking and chatting and smiling and pretending. And you know, like, you're jumping over the joy over the, I don't know, the next bracelet or something. Not that I don't like them, I still use them. But, you know, I couldn't do this. And that's why I actually stopped what I was doing. And then later on, I was like, you know, shopping at Paris. And over there, you still kind of have to jump a little bit over the hoops. But because they have so much traffic, they're more blunt as well. And in general, like, you know, French, they're very blunt people.
Yeah.
If they don't like it, they just say it to you. And you can tell them also right away, the same way back, you know, I don't like this. And they're not going to be as offended or taken back, like, you know, as we over here. And they were like, over there, what do you want? And you were just saying, like, I want this. Do you want to shop something else? You know, yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Yes.
You know, but you know that you have to buy something additionally, you know. But I like that. I really like that. They're quite blunt. And that's what I said. And in my case, do I have any regrets? No. And even like, some of the pieces that didn't work out for me that I purchased from Hermes, because at the time of the purchase, one thing I can tell with absolute honesty with me, some of the things I was purchasing because I have to purchase them, like, for example, some of my jewelry from Hermes, but turns out I actually love them. I use. And I'm glad that what I purchase, I actually use. Some of the things were mistake. Like, for example, I was buying some of the sneakers, and even after 2 years, oh my gosh, they give me such a blisters. I was just like, recently I sold them. I lost so much money. I mean, provided they were used items already, I cleaned them, etc. But I lost so much money. Do I regret them? Not really, because you still, as you said, you need to have that journey. But I'm glad that I didn't go as deep as some of the other girls. Some of the other girls, because some of the girls also sending me messages. They spend 50,000 or something, and there is nothing on the horizon, which is like absolute devastating.
Yeah.
You take away this amount of money from your family, from yourself, just because you really love the bag, you want to achieve that dream. And it's so dishonest sometimes. It's so dishonest. It shouldn't be like this, because at the end of the day, you're hurting some families when you're doing this. As obviously somebody would say, oh, but it's your choice. Yes, but it's also your choice not to treat me right.
Correct.
And in my case, I don't think I have major regrets, or because I didn't really focus in myself like for 10 years and then I missed something. No. As I said, I still travel. I still buy other brands. I buy Chanel. I buy Louis Vuitton. I love Burberry. For instance, I love Burberry shoes. I love Burberry ready to wear. I buy so many other brands. It's not that I don't buy anything. I buy jewelries, from so many other brands. But I had that moment of about 3 years when I was heavily spending for the things that clearly I don't need it, and I could have a better choice from other brands. Like, for example, I love my Chanel sneakers. I use them, in fact, but I was kind of buying Hermes because I have to, But is it regret? No, it's not a regret, because, even for the experience and knowledge, you have to pay in your life.
So true. That is the nugget there, because I feel like we can call everything a regret. I think that's more for the thumbnail, just so that people click on it. But honestly, if you haven't found out your mistake, or that you not mistaken even, if you haven't tried it and realized that it just didn't work for you, you would never know, and you would always wonder, right?
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
but I agree with the question, and I can kind of understand, about future frustration. For me, my future frustration for, having to just focus on the journey, and instead of buying all these other things, is I feel like I kind of missed out on the earlier days of Chanel, when they were making really beautiful clothes during Virginie's era. Like, I found those few years when I was heavily in my journey, that I could have enjoyed more of the Chanel, especially in the ready-to-wear department. Now, I cannot really go back, so I'm not going to go back and be like, oh, I could have done that. I think that is why right now I am buying more ready-to-wear pre-love, because I can't go back, right?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find all these beautiful pieces to kind of compensate on what I missed out during those years. But like you said, right, is it a true regret? Not really, because now I have my Hermes. It's just that you can't do it all.
Yeah.
can't do both, right? It's irresponsible, first of all.
Yeah.
And I don't have unlimited resources. And it's hindsight is always 2020, right? So, but I am frustrated. I am still in the journey right now. I am still frustrated. Like, I think what you described is right. It's just the inconsistencies in experiences that frustrates me the most.
Yeah.
I don't even mind that I have to pre-spend. I don't even mind that we have to wait. I don't even mind that Canada is a smaller economy and we have to wait longer and this and that, pre-spend more. I just want it to be more transparent as well.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And when you don't have that, you're like, you just don't even know what's happening. And when it happens, you're supposed to be grateful and all that, but it feels so...
You know, there is a word for it. It's a lies.
Yeah.
They just lie to you. And you have to accept it as a, oh, yes. No, it's just a lie, you know. And I know that some of the things also they cannot say it openly, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just like, you know, I don't know. It just doesn't sit well with me. That's what I said. At least what I love about Paris, they just straightforward.
Right.
We're not going to get it. Like, you know, I remember the last time I was like, I was also asking for Kelly 25 and she goes like, no, you're not going to get it because we had just fashion week and you're at the last day of the fashion week.
Right.
We are pretty much pre-sold. And I'm like, oh, I can maybe, you know, buy something, maybe from the jewelry section. She goes like, Oksana, I can sell you jewelry. You're not going to get the bag. Thank you. You know, it's so honest. It's so honest. You know, I said, okay, what's my other option? She goes like, what's your other options? I said, I want Constance because I already had a black Constance. She goes, what color do you want? I said, I want something gray. I said, I want Epsom leather. I want 18. She goes, what hardware color? I said, I don't care. You know, I want something gray. I want a tube. I want like, you know, grease something, dark gray. A tube, dark gray, whatever. I want something grayish, neutral color. And that's what I get. I got Constance 18, a tube with gold hardware. And I really love that. You know, that it's like, you know, they but I mean, also maybe I was lucky with the people that dealing with me, or maybe because they see that I'm also not pretending to be somebody, because like sometimes when you're sitting at Paris with those appointments and because there is a desk, like, you know, bunch of the desk, and you see people, the way they behave, I was like, Jesus Christ. Get a piece of humble pie, girl. Who do you think you are?
What did they do?
I mean, like, you know, sometimes like, yeah, like, I mean, it's always, you know, because at the FSH, the head boutique, at the lower level, they actually have their own kind of like a kitchen. So like when it comes to tea, coffee, and all that stuff, they're doing right there. So when they're offering, and obviously they're offering you champagne, etc. And I mean, you know, like people start asking when they're like, oh, champagne, oh, what kind of champagne is that? From what region of the France? I was like, Jesus Christ.
You sure they were not just curious?
Could be.
Okay.
But again, it's you who thinks so good of the people.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they could be curious, but you can see that, you know, I mean, not everybody. Gosh, no, it's not that I'm saying everybody is like acting like silly. No, but there is some people you can see that they're trying to kind of act so posh and like they're so special. And, you know, speaking very, very slower manner. Oh, you know, let me think about that. Oh, actually, the last time, if I could remember, you know, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, I couldn't take that. And actually, the last time, because like my essay, she's like no longer there. And then like, you know, somebody else were serving me. and she was like a little bit more mature woman. She's kind of like my age. And she goes like, oh, Oksana, thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to serve you. You know, you're the persons that I'm enjoying serving.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember because like when I asked her, she actually brought me 3 different handbags. And I was like, can I take all 3? She goes, no, you have to choose 2. You know,
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to
Yeah.
deal with somebody like that. It's really fun. But at the end of the day, listen, we are all different. And truly, there is maybe some people with extremely high upbringing, and maybe that's their etiquette, and that's maybe the way they naturally talk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who I am to judge. But you know, sometimes when it comes to somebody like that, naturally, you can feel it, because you cannot change yourself at the end of the day. You can, you know, do a little bit this, do a little bit that, but at the end of the day, you are who you are. And when it comes naturally, it comes naturally. But when you see, like, it reads as a fake, you know, fake behavior, but it's totally different topic. I already like, miles away. What we were talking about, actually. You were saying of the regrets.
Yeah. And no, actually, I love hearing that, because I'm gonna be in Europe soon, so I need all the little tips and everything. But let me just pull this comment, which is
what
also
about
a question.
Kat, do you have any regrets in the future? What do you think of this question?
Future regrets for buying the journey.
So fear, future frustration, yeah.
Fear of future frustration. That means if I stay in the journey, then I'm like, oh no, I didn't buy this, and
like because for you, right? You enjoy LV a lot as well as
you know. I think for me, I think the journey was a good one for me, because it kept me focused. I didn't have future frustration. In fact, because I was buying all sorts of things, like all sorts of Chanel, LV, and that had a lot of regrets, right? Because I would buy and it didn't work out, or I use it for a bit and I sell, and I hated selling so much. So when I went into the Hermes journey, to some extent, it did the opposite. It turned me into a better person. Not a better, like, it made me more patient, actually. There was a bit of a training element in Hermes.
Training curve, for sure.
Yeah, for me, because I was just buying, right? I would walk in Chanel, I buy something impulsively. I don't have to wait. But when I was when it started that journey, it was like, oh my gosh, what is this? I had to wait, I had to think, so I didn't have I don't think I have any fear of future frustration while I was in it. It wasn't fun to some extent, because, you know, I was had to control, but it made me more patient. Yeah, more patient for sure. I had to get so patient in that journey. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Yeah. My own, maybe I should save money. Maybe that's the future frustration. I should have spent so much on Hermes. That would be the one. Like, oh, if only I saved the money.
I think about the patient part, which I think all along the journey, I also mentioned that it made me focus on just Hermes. Well, at the time it was just Hermes and Chanel, because I mean, I really couldn't do everything. And even with Chanel, really limiting myself to just a couple of handbags, right? Mm-hmm. I do agree that by focusing on just those, I limit the distraction of the other brands, which for me, I didn't really have other brands that I would be that interested in the first place. So really, for me, it's just the opportunity cost of maybe I could have explored more ready to wear, because that's truly my love, right? The love of fashion. And then at the end of the day, I cannot really call it a regret either, because without having done this, I would not have understood how the game works and how it's different here versus other places. And just having gone through it, you have sort of like on your arsenal, you can now explore other options, whether that's buying pre-loved or doing like what Oksana did, which is to travel to Europe to try to get these things. Obviously, all of that still it comes down to still like your experience will be different regardless, because it also boils down to who you meet, who's your essay, a bit of luck, and just a bit of everything. And
the difference I think for you is that because you were so passionate about Chanel, and you were also just sort of growing into that collection. So by going into Hermes, you had to give up an opportunity. That was an opportunity cost for you. It's just like, and truly, because now that you look at it, oh my gosh, it's blasé now. Blasé now. You can't get what you really wanted. For me, this question is different because I didn't have that kind of passion to a particular brand. I was all over the place. So for me, it gave me focus. So I didn't have that. But yeah, if I was passionate, if I was truly, truly passionate about it, I would totally agree with you. I'd be like, if only I bought those other things. Yeah. But if I had to say, what would I be passionate about then? I guess I liked LV, but LV didn't transform so much, right? I mean, other than being a little bit more expensive, they're pretty much the same where we are right now. But Chanel had a big change. Like Chanel had no Carl now, Virginie, and then now Luxee is like, that is the opportunity cost. That is like really like, you can't really get it anymore.
Yeah.
LV, no.
In one sense, as I said, like remember you were mentioning about 5 handbags, because why would I never buy right now a classic flap? Because the ones that I have, classic flap, on the dust bag, I still have a signature of Carl. Because when the Carl's gone, and even Virginie was over there, they removed that signature of the Carl, you know, from the dust bag, which is, I humbly think it's absolutely wrong. They said, because Carl is no longer there. For goodness sake, he creates the bag. How it could be, even if he's no longer there, how it could be that, you know, his signature is no longer on the dust bag. He creates the bag, you know, and I feel that it's so wrong, because the ones that I have, it's still with his signature and everything. So, and I don't know, of course, each designer, when he or she comes to the brand, obviously they want to put their own stamp. And it's with Carl, it's such a big shoes to fill. It's almost impossible. It's almost impossible. And I think it will take years and years for somebody to shine over him.
It will.
You know, it will take so much time that somebody would say, oh, you know what, he's as good at least as a Carl. Because I don't know.
It is also a bit unfair because Carl also had a long tenure.
Yes,
I'm sure he's gone through some stuff at the beginning.
Listen, actually, at the beginning when he was there, it was also fairly sad, like, you know, and he got so much critique, etc. It takes years, and that's what he did, what he built. It takes years of recognition. And what I'm trying to say, my point of view of the classic bag, and that they remove Carl's signature, like, you cannot remove that piece of history. It's so wrong. It's your DNA. You cannot remove that piece of history. But it's just my opinion, you know, it's just my opinion. It's so wrong in my humble opinion. Anyway.
So you already answered the first part of this question. We already talked about purse piece earlier. But what about are you still working on adding more wish list bag from Hermes?
I mean, yes, of course. Adding doesn't mean that you're gonna get. That's what I said. If I could, I would love to get my Kelly 25 Retourne only. I'm not sure that I want to get Salier. When it comes to Salier, I'm actually happy with my 28. It looks a little bit more of the medium size, but I find that it's quite perfect for winter months, because if you want to put a scarf or something inside, pair of gloves, you know, that you're not so restricted to the space. And because I have it in black, it's also black always makes the bag look smaller. And as I said, if it's for the winter when you're wearing coat, etc., I find it's still good size. And because it's 28, the opening is much more wider and it's easier to use. You know, it's much easier to use. And it's getting softer, obviously, with time. But if I could get, obviously, my wish list would be Kelly 25, Retourne, ideally should be in black, ideally. But if it's going to be like, you know, some kind of dark gray or even dark brown or dark kind of maroon color or very, very dark blue, I would be open to it as well. Some kind of very, very dark practical color. Yeah, something like that. And as I said, I don't mind to get Constance 18 in red. Would be really nice addition to get that Constance 18 in red. Yeah, that would be really nice. But I don't have any longer kind of, oh my gosh, extended list. I want this, I want that. I want this special edition. I want this limited collection. No.
We only have a few more minutes left, but we do have some comments coming in. And also this one, what do you think about the bolide élan? So it's the bolide, but like kind of east-west a bit.
Oh, actually, I mean, I cannot comment because I didn't see it in person, but I think it's actually cute. I think it's actually cute because when it comes to bolide, I think it's such an underappreciated handbag, because I think it's such a beautiful, classy piece, you know. And I think that Elan version, to me, it's also looking a little bit more modern, because now it's kind of era of this kind of East-West. Obviously, it's kind of trendy because it will go away. It will go away for sure. When it comes to, if you want to get classic piece, get just mini bolide, you know, classic mini bolide. You cannot go wrong with that. But that kind of trendy piece, but it's really cool. It's really cool. I like it. I like it.
I like it too. I just cannot stomach the price of bolides right now. And I'm sure that the élan is going to be even more, right?
Yeah.
Because I think the regular bolide is already, after tax, is already 10K.
Yeah, it's over 10,000. Yeah, it's over 10,000.
So I'm like,
Yeah. That's what I was talking about, Hermes and their prices. See, you're just pointing out exactly the same issue. It's just like, you know, it's a trend of Chanel. It's almost exactly the same trajectory, you know, as Chanel.
Yeah. From Damien, the difficulty with Chanel at the moment is that, yes, the new direction is super cool, refreshing, wearable, but for much of the ready-to-wear, you wonder, are these jeans really worth paying $5K?
Yeah.
Because some of the looks are so simple, you feel like you can get that relatively simple look without such a price.
100%. Get Levi's. You cannot go wrong
I
with
struggle
Levi's.
with that though, like, because we were just having this discussion a few lives ago, because I was looking to replace my my jean shorts, denim shorts, and because the old ones that I had from like 2018, they don't fit me that well anymore. They're just tight. I don't like how they're not uncomfortable. They're kind of uncomfortable, basically.
Yeah.
So I went to Levi's. I tried on everything, and I'm just like, how come every pair just feels like it's off? It's either the cutting or the fabric. The fabric has like this stretch, which, you know, I know stretch is supposed to be comfortable, but then it adds lumps and bumps that you don't need, especially at my age.
Yeah.
I need to hide these lumps and bumps, right?
Yeah, so something more stronger.
Yeah, and so like, and I hear from some of our members, they're like, oh, jeans, luxury jeans, they are so expensive.
Yeah.
But they are literally like, if you find the one that fits you like a glove, they are literally going to be your most worn piece.
Exactly.
And once you get into
your
it,
best friend.
Yeah, you cannot get out of it. Like you cannot not buy luxury jeans from there after. And so
just have to find your special brand. Like, for example, myself personally, I really love Stella McCartney and her denim. It's also not every style because, you know, in each of the, like, you know, designer, they have also several different cuts for different body type. And I have certain styles, like, but Stella McCartney I really love, and the quality is exceptional, you know, and it fits well. And I agree that, you know, you don't need to spend 5,000 on pair of denim. You don't have to go to Levi's, you know, as my previous suggestions. But what I'm trying to say, there is tons and tons of other designers that some of them actually specifically more concentrated in the denim section. I was, you know, just escaped my mind. Oh, Jesus. What I want to try her makeup.
Victoria Beckham?
Victoria Beckham, thank you. Her denim, I actually thinking of buying her denim, but the problem is actually, I think, Amy, might be her denim will look really good on you because she's kind of like more skinnier in the hips. Yeah, you know, kind of like that. And I think you should try her denim.
Okay.
I like something that kind of like more roundish shape because, like, you know, because of my shape. And I have to try her denim, but if it will, but I think her denim is really good. Is really good. In general, everybody is saying whatever she does, like her ready to wear is really nice. And you can get it on sale also.
You know what? I have a couple of her tops and they're really cute. They're just like the bralette tops. And I just wear underneath any sheer tops that I have. I also saw her, and we'll finish with this. I also saw her documentary on Netflix. And you can tell, like, she puts
so much
she's
effort.
not a designer by trade, but she just has the brain for it. She just puts every little, like, she's always thinking about it. She puts all her effort, all her time, all her money, to be honest, to invest
and her
in this
passion.
company.
She's truly passionate about.
She's
truly passionate about. You know, I think she's brilliant. I think I want to try her mascara. Kat, did you try her mascara?
I can't get it easily here in Singapore. She hasn't expanded her global shipping, so quite difficult. I forgot because my brother came back from the UK and I totally forgot. But I have tried her eyeliner. I mean, I'm just listening. I'm like, yeah, her makeup is really good. It's expensive. Like,
it's expensive, but is it good?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
It's good. Yeah, because it's good. I like her eye stuff is good. Her apparently her foundation thing is good as well, but I didn't buy. But her eyeliner is really good. So yeah.
I want to try her mascara. There is I think in her collection it's future mascara, and it's like a tubing mascara. Because I have such a sensitive, because I have such a sensitive eyes. And, you know, in summer I have the allergy. I mean, all over the year I have, but in summer the most. And if I wear the mascaras that it's not waterproof, then, you know, I get this darkness. Yeah, and it almost looks like I have tired eyes, but it's actually just a mascara, like, you know, rubbing underneath. But her formula is a tubing one. It's like when you put them on, it's like plasticky things. It's literally sits on your eyelashes. But then when you need to take them off, you just wash it with the water. And it's kind of like a tubes coming off your eyelashes. I want to try it because they said it's so easy to take off, and it actually stays on your eyelashes. Yeah, okay. I want to try it. Yeah.
Oksana, you should try, because I use tubing mascara, but I don't buy the expensive one. You should try the L'Oreal Double Extend, because that's the one that I use. It's not
it's a tubing one, yeah?
Yes, that's a tubing one. Okay. It's not perfect, like, because I try to buy clean everything. So that one does have paraben. I'm not a fan of it, but like that's the only thing that I use that has paraben, because I also cannot wear regular mascaras. They just somehow fall off, and they just don't work on me. Maybe I have oily eyes or something. But that's the one that I use. And the only reason why I need to even use them, because I just put a thin coating so that I can put my magnetic lashes, because I actually wear magnetic lashes. But before magnetic lashes, that's the mascara I was using daily. And I like it for the $20. You know, it's not like, it's not like the best one out there, but that's the one that I am still using.
But I definitely have to try it, because as I said, right now I have Chanel. And I have the ones that you have to apply. What is that? Like kind of whitish glue. You apply
the primer.
And then the primer, and then you apply. And it looks like it's okay. It stays for some time, you know, and I don't get too much of the black rubbing at the bottom. But if I try to take it off at night, Jesus Christ, I look like a raccoon, you know. And then I have to take it with the oil and everything. And my eyes get so red. It's like, it's horrific. It's horrific. Literally, like on the daily basis, I don't really do this, because obviously it's for the meeting, or if when I'm doing my videos, you know, something like that. So I'm kind of trying to make myself prettier.
Oh, thank you.
You know, but on the daily basis, obviously I don't use like heavy mascara. I'm just maybe using, I don't even use like right now I don't even have foundation. I use what do you call that? Kind of like a BB creams, like the sheer BB creams. And that's about it. But I really, because I don't use any like you said, an additional eyelashes. It's mine. It's my real one. But I would love to have some kind of mascara, like I said, those tubing ones that at night when you wash it off, it just falls off.
Yes,
and that's it. And,
try
and
it.
there is nothing black, nothing, right?
I mean, at the worst case scenario, you wasted $20, but you can try that one, because I like buying that one because I don't use mascara a lot, so I don't want it to buy an expensive one and then they expire, right? So I buy the cheap one, and I only use it now I only use it to just have like a layer, but for me it has worked so far. That's the one I've been using for years. So you can maybe try and see.
That's cool. That's cool. But going back to the question, because we didn't even answer that question properly. In my, like, about the expensive denim.
Jeans.
In my personal case, I don't think it's worth it. I just find, you know, your favorite brand. As I said, mine is Stella McCartney, and I usually try to buy on sale. If it's like regular price, I don't know, $1,500. When it's on sale, if I buy for $650, okay, you know what and it's a really high quality. I know it's last me for years, you know, and you're not gonna have any problem. We should try, you know.
I'll try to look for Victoria
Damien's question is sort of maybe like, how do you go and buy Chanel now? Because Chanel is just become so expensive, particularly ready to wear, and it's a hype at the moment, which is you know, when I bought this bag, for those that came in, I'm talking about my maxi flap. I know in my heart that it's it's just the trend right now because everybody is just talking about him, and he is new and fresh, and he happened to make things that are current, meaning people are looking for, like, you know, no quilts. He's done it. So he actually listened to the crowd, or I mean his crowd, of course, but it happened to fit most people. So it's yeah, like I said, it's a cool direction. It's wearable, but the prices is if you have the appetite for it, go for it. But yeah, there's no justifying those prices. I want a pair of jeans from Chanel, but even I'm like, oh, 5K.
And the jeans are already the cheapest too, right? Like just look at every other thing.
Have to sacrifice, and have to really, like, in my gut say, better don't regret this, because I don't know.
Yeah, the way I see it,
buying the brand.
But
definitely buying the brand for sure, because it's
for sure.
You can get something that's so much cheaper outside. But if jeans, or they're ready to wear, whether it's the jeans or the jacket or the top or the shirt or the blouse, if they fit you and they make you feel like $1 million, or no, maybe nowadays million is not a lot, $10 million, then go for it.
Exactly. Why not? But, you know, talking about his collection and his handbags, I know maybe not everybody agrees with me, but oh my goodness, when he does this mock croc, oh my gosh, I hate it so much.
Yeah,
it looks so cheap, and he does so much in all kind of possible shapes and colors. Jesus Christ! Please,
have you seen it? But have you seen the mock croc? Have you seen it? Have you seen it, Oksana? Have you seen
I've seen it.
Have you seen it?
Have you tried it, Oksana?
No,
have you actually? Okay.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I was just looking only on the website.
Online, okay, it looks worse online, honestly.
Really?
It looks better in real life. In real life, but it's still mock croc, okay? So it looks better in real life. It feels better in real life. And what you see online is obviously the ugliest of all the mock crocs, because they show the green shopping coat, which is like this neon green. It's like they obviously pick the ugly ones. So if you pick the mock croc, and I'm not saying I like the mock croc. I'm just saying that it's not bad, but it's still mock croc, and I wouldn't go for it.
But you know what I'm trying to say? Nothing wrong with mock croc. Like, you know, so many different designer does it, but you cannot justify that price.
Yeah,
for
100%.
Fake croc. You know, like, come on, you cannot justify that price. The whole point why you want to do it, because you want to portray some kind of expensive material, you know, and it's not cool. Come on, if you're trying to be like, you know, Greenpeace and everything, you don't use, like, you know, exotic leathers, then don't. Be creative.
It's actually not because they don't, I think they can't get supply. So the reality is, it's not that the storyline, the marketing line, is, you know, what do you say, Greenpeace? That's the marketing line. But I think I was reading somewhere is they actually cannot get they can't get the material, because the material is actually controlled by other big brands. So it's like,
okay. We know that one.
Whether that's true, I don't know if anybody out there, anybody out there has the better information. But that's
could be. The girls could write a message. We can read it later on. But what I'm trying to say, I know, obviously, if he does it like that, it means there is a buyers. There is a buyers for it. But to me, it's pretty much you want to put hardwood in your house. And then, you know what, you know what, this laminate, it looks exactly like a hardwood, etc. But laminate is way cheaper. But in this case, it's expensive, but it's still a laminate.
I thought, Oksana, you're talking about my house because my house is laminate.
No, but
Just kidding.
no, but that's what I'm trying to say. Laminate, it's a
Yes.
practical, it's very practical materials. If you have a dogs, if you have any animals, etc., if you have small kids, very practical and quite widely used material. I will give you an example. Before, if it's luxury kitchen, you always have to put a marble. Now we all put quartz. Like, for example, in my kitchen, head to toe, it's like, you know, white quartz that looking like a marble.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
I don't pay marble price.
Yeah, I mean, it's still expensive. It's very, very expensive. But the point is, there is a reason why you put quartz in the state of marble, because marble absorbs all the wines and all the stains. Quartz, it's perfect for the kitchen because there is no stain there. It looks like a white marble. My house is already 10 years old. It's a perfect piece of counter. There is a reason for it. But when we are talking about luxury and Chanel, there is no reason over there to use a quartz or laminate. You know, because you have
so
to.
Do you think but so Oksana, so let's continue about this. So do you think they should have just not done mock croc?
I think they shouldn't. Because if you want to use croc, use croc. You know, and because at some point of time, like, remember when Chanel, they stopped using any exotics because they were like green peas and all that. And if you wanna continue with that line, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with beautiful cowhide or lambskin or chèvre leather. Nothing wrong with that. If you don't want to use exotic, don't use exotics. But you know, I like, for the brand of Chanel, I think it's wrong using that. I think it's wrong. My personal opinion. I remember, I think in 2018 or in 2019, they did a collection. It was Meteor Dart, when they did gold. Gold on mock. Yeah.
Also, Brooklyn is saying it's true. The armies are very difficult.
Exactly.
So,
and I got also card holder, and I find that for the small SLG, for the card holder, it's almost kind of like playful, if I may. Like, you know, something like, you know, you want to play when it's in a gold color, something like that. But when you put it on the handbag, I don't know, to me it feels wrong. I don't know. It's like the same things right now. VCA, they're coming up with a collection of pink, and they're doing it from the glass or whatever.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
No, but, yeah. Actually, I don't know. I mean, the glass and enamel, right?
Yeah, enamel.
I was reading some of the comments.
There is no more pink stone left on this earth. You know what I mean? Like, what's happening to this whole industry?
The funny thing is, they said that the pink stone has bubbles inside, and I was like, isn't that a flaw?
Oh
my God.
I mean, obviously,
wrote a comment.
You know, there is an Italian, like, you know, the ones that doing the glass, you have
glass
to blow,
blowing.
and they do beautiful chandeliers and everything, and it's actually quite expensive. And they were actually trying to justify that it's a handmade, etc., etc. I'm not saying that it's a jewelry, high brand, it's a handmade piece. But what I'm trying to say is that doing some kind of inlay from maybe enamel, like there is actually certain collections when they do butterflies, not even Van Cleef, there is another designer brands, like, you know, jewelry. It looks beautiful. But when you just do a piece of glass in the middle of the already standard, like, you know, gold, and there is like, I mean, come on, people. You were already using like inexpensive stones like mother of pearl, onyx, like, but people love. Now we are doing glass. Tomorrow let's do plastic. It's kind of special plastic, but I mean, like, it's a little bit crazy what's happening right now. And as you said, it's the brainwashing. It's like brainwash complete that, oh, it's luxury. No, it's not.
No,
it's not. No, it's not. It's okay. It's a handmade. How about finding very unique, beautiful, rare stone on earth that it's actually pink color? If you want to do a pink collection, you're one cliff. You know, I know it's not everybody, obviously, we all have a different opinion, but I think the price should justify not only the craftsmanship, but the materials as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just a logo brand. It's not only just the craftsmanship.
I can't wait to see the unboxings. I can't wait to see the people unboxing like, oh my God, the VIP pink stone.
Anyway,
well, it is what it is, right? Because at the end of the day,
is,
luxury is the perceived value. It's not the value of the item. It's still the perceived value. It's like, if you love the pink stone that is made of glass, you love the pink stone that is made of glass, and there's nothing wrong with that.
There is nothing wrong with that, absolutely. And there is a buyer, and believe me, there is still going to be a line, and there is going to be a special treatment to get that. But you know,
but we won't be buying it, so it's fine.
Not me.
Me?
No.
Not me,
100%.
for sure. Not me.
We love having you, Oksana. It's so fun to always talk to you, because not only are you just so candid about your opinion, but I feel like we're always like, there's a lot of wisdom when we talk to you.
Thank you. Thank you. We should do this more often.
I know. So the next one, probably like, I want to say fall. We should do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And as I said, because I'm not as extremely busy right now with my work, I have free time. I'm doing also lots of charity work lately, because I'm doing some charity work, helping people in needs. Anyway.
Sounds good. Well, good night to you, Oksana, and thank you for joining us. We'll have you back again very soon. And the rest of you, have a good weekend. And we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you. Okay. Where should I press? I always forget.
Oh, you can just press the X on your browser, but I'll end the live stream now. So bye, everyone.
Okay, bye. Bye, everyone.